Hello again YouTube and welcome back to Danganronpa. My name is MS.1 and we are still on our investigation. Let's see where we needed to go. I think, if I remember correctly, Kyoko asked us to show her where the bodies were. So that means we shall go up to the third floor, I'm guessing. This Kyoko's right here, but I can't see her. Unless I mean he's upstairs. Anyway, let's see if we can find a way here. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigged, whatever that means, but only for a moment. I guess that means kinda like shocked or something.
So then,
She crouched down next to Taka and without hesitation began poking and prodding bodies.
I knew it.
Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. What do you think?
I see.
You did?
Hey,
You did? No, but don't really notice things. No, that's not it. Anyway, you said he had a watch.
so then,
It's broken. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6.
that's right.
Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his watch. Yeah, he was using his watch there.
In other words,
Meaning it must have been happened 6 in this morning. So we know when he was killed at least. 6 in the morning, around.
however,
He's holding something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto.
Not without problem possibly breaking it, but me?
Because
That's why. Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grabbed Taka's cold hand. Your ice cold hand was near enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper.
hey,
Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Okay, piece of paper. The biggest problem I have right now is how Killer was able to move Hifumi's massive corpse. I need to probably need to talk to Kyoko again. Did you find anything?
indeed.
More paper.
That's right.
Hidden.
Indeed.
In his pants? Wait, so you... I guess it wasn't a pocket.
Why is that?
I don't know what that means.
Hey,
When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like it better be important. Ifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. Note. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. When Kuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. It's meeting equipment room at 6 AM.
so
Yeah, isn't that what Hero said? That's it, it's the same thing Hero said. And he was telling us the truth. And he was telling us the truth.
however,
Rec room at 1 AM. The time is different. Hero told us that his note said to meet at 1 AM. But this note to Ifumi asked him to meet at 6 AM.
is that right?
Eh?
So
There's a main part of it being ripped. Could you maybe explain a little more?
hey,
I have no idea.
So then,
The note has been added.
hey,
So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbook this time, right?
is that right?
The handbook may play a role. I don't think I understand that. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'm ready to keep it in mind. Ah, come on, is that all?
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot.
The dining hall, right?
Make your way to the red door
Oh.
on the first floor of the school.
So it was at lunchtime.
See you soon!
It would seem.
Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Okay. Everyone having heard Monokuma's proclamation, and we were gathered by the red door. And as soon as we were all there.
Monokuma appears!
Yes, a twin? Isn't that one of you bad enough? It's multiplied.
Wrong!
Well, if you're moving back and forth so fast that it appears to be two of you, then both of you are real.
Boy, tough crowd. Stop talking. Okay. Hey! Hey!
Let's go.
Please!
What the heck?
What the heck? Ugh.
Hey,
That's right.
Good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. I took one last deep breath and then exhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was on board, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator's doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Oh, it's my time.
Just the worst.
What?
You have nothing to do with it.
Come on.
And so the curtain opened once again. And I'm not gonna read all that. So we save here. Set skills. Okay, that's all I had of them.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
You want to talk?
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hero really the killer, or before anything else we have to make that clear? This message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Looking at the blueprints, that handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hero's handwriting is good.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Damn it.
I don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second!
Yeah.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough
Come on.
that you are the culprit.
I don't know. It's not true. It's
Hero, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
And are you kidding me?
I don't know anything about this. It's not true. It's
Hero, why?
no. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to have time for
I
that?
don't know anything about that stuff! It's not true! It's a conspiracy!
Hero, why?
No. Just hold on a second.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts,
There.
No, that's wrong.
Finally.
Are we sure Hero really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hero wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think I've tried to change my handwriting anyway.
So, Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hero's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hero's innocent as well.
Huh? You actually agree with me for once?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hero said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course he passes it to me, because he don't want to do anything himself. He just want to take honor of things.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one that must have been in the suit. That was Hero.
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense! You just said Hero didn't do it!
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption!
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
That's one thing it does.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Because you don't have the capacity to think.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. Guess it was... It says dolly there. I just saw the real one on the pictures. I was thinking, where is the dolly?
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What? What's with that attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right?
Yeah.
But are you sure you are not mistaken?
How can I be mistaken? You know we have that is on the 3rd floor, right?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body?
Didn't you see the picture before of how everything looked?
That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
And that's why it was used to move a body.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change their mind. If we can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. Yeah, because the tracks. Ah, come on. Don't have enough elements. Reloading. Starting with this next bullet time pattern, we're gonna add one more ingredient to the recipe. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you will see a ammo count. But till now there hasn't really been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the triangle button won't be enough to handle them. How it will cost you. One bullet destroys a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. Now you can reload by pressing square. It's like locking on. You have to press square button in the reach the tempo marker. Let's just remember the square button now. That's function along with the X and the triangle. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. And I don't have it on gentle, I'm guessing. Or is it any kind? Okay, let's see.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
Final strike.
I cannot agree.
Bloodstain.
This should prove it.
That was close. Only one part left.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Didn't think of that, huh? Does really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
Just a robot.
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'd be clear of why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? He couldn't bend by the waist. It was completely he couldn't
As we
bend
know,
over.
Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
But you can't.
Then you could push the dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched and parted the body.
If you accept, then you must realize that who...
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
The dolly doesn't have a handle, so to push it you have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing the suit be able to do that?
As we know, Taka Taka was killed in the equipment room.
And from there,
Yeah, the cop then loaded it onto the dolly and...
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you would have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong. You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together, remember? When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Because we cannot see our feet, so how are we supposed to be able to see where we were pushing it?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off just to move. Because you can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Isn't that kind of obvious? You saw the clasp, right?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Yeah.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said? So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
You are really dragging or rather pushing that on that trail that Hero is the killer, even though we have laid out just how he can't be.
Yeah, that's gotta could be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yeah.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
Well, you don't want to talk about it.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the 2nd floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
and then... At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies.
Probably zombies.
And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
what makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammers are numbered, but they're really used in that order.
So, regarding Taka's death.
Let's see here real quick what it says in the file. Victors were Hifumi and Kiyotaka. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It's thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I forgot until now that I could actually slow down time also.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Do we? Okay,
Shoot!
Ah, come on.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
What? It wasn't that either?
Shoot!
Okay, I'm lost. Okay.
Is this really the... I refuse to give up yet!
Okay, let's try again.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Justice Hammer were numbered, but they were really using that order. And we had to trace the last one
regarding
there.
Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed
It
with
must have been
Justice Hammer
numbering.
3, while Taka's death came from a
Unless I
swing
have
of Justice
more
Hammer 4.
bullets.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
I don't think I have more bullets.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before
Must be the
Hifumi,
last thing that
or
Hina
perhaps it was
says.
after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka
Wait,
came
no.
last.
Now I need to absorb.
What makes you
That's
say
what I
that?
need to do.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice
I
Hammer
need to
4.
absorb the
So it's obvious Taka came
first
after.
one and hit the second one. That's what I need to do.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
That's
No,
it.
it's wrong. Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before. There's something that relates to what time. This clock or watch. Do I really have to do this in order to do that? Wrist. What? How did that happen?
Is this really the end for all of us? I refuse to give up yet!
Let's try that again. Ready.
Now I understand! I've got it! Papa's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night, so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe. When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
Okay, but I think we have to figure this out in the next video, actually. So, because I'm out of time for recording here, sadly. But hope you liked this video, and if you did so, you liked it as usual. And take a thinker. Think about it yourself, how this could have happened, and we see what happened in the next video. So, yeah. See you all then. Bye.